Twitch. Hello, YouTube. Okay, so my electricity flickered. We're having a heavy snow. It's 31 degrees and we're having heavy snow. And we already have probably 4 inches. I can't even believe it. It's coming down very, very heavy, very, very quickly. And you know what that does. So let's hope I maintain a connection here. Now, let's see. So you had to go to Walmart to make chili. You were getting road rage in the aisles. You know what, Captain Lee fan? I was out yesterday after my doctor's appointment, and I just want to reiterate. I don't know. I thought I heard someone say they didn't hear my medical update. The thing that I was very worried about, and let's put it mildly, say very worried about it. I was beside myself. I got good news, very good news. So it ended up being a really good day, and I got a really good specialist and everything. So wonderful. So that was all good. And after that, when I went to the stores, I was saying, because I was talking to some of the people on Zoom and saying it was like, now, okay, granted, they knew today was going to be a snowstorm. I didn't fully know it was going to be this. So yes, the stores were going to be busier, but it was other kinds of purchases too. And it felt like, they thought, oh my gosh, we got to go. People were buying stuff like mad. So I said, okay, maybe the economy's good. That's, I don't know. So you had to go to Walmart. People just started talking about gifts for Christmas. Yeah. Everybody was just like fine, just getting stuff. Your sons decided, since it was snowing and cold, would you make a big pot of chili? No, you can't say no to the guys that put you on that cruise, can you now? That wouldn't be nice. Not at all. All right, let me just take these 2 vitamins that I have. 3 vitamins. And I've got to take my other vitamins in a little bit here. I'm going to take these 3 right now because they're in front of me. Then I got out to my car, light snow, turned to heavy snow, and I was crying all the way home. Oh, yeah, panic attack, right? You had to, yeah. I don't like to drive in the snow. No, 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 no. I do not. Because it's snow, ice, it's so many things. If it's not you on the road, it's somebody else on the road. I don't like anybody on the road in this. Hope that this gets over and gone. I hear you, Captain Lee. All right, so we're going to talk about some things, and I want to make sure that I'm live. And obviously, you hear me, right? Because yesterday, Kevin thinks I didn't. I did an entire live. My Streamlabs said I was live somewhere, but now I don't know what is going on here. Let me see. I'm going to see if I'm live. Hey there, snow remover. Thank you. I heard you came looking for me before. I was on the phone. I think I was on the phone at that time. Right before, but I'll talk to you. Thank you very much, though. Thank you kindly. Now, what was I going to do? Yeah, I did a live without being live, and then I, like the trooper that I am, the Captain Lee fan, I did it again. I didn't just throw my hands up and quit. I don't know if we got on TikTok. It says that we should have been on TikTok, but then it's saying, I don't know. I'm not even going to worry about it right now. It says, congratulations, you can go live on TikTok, and I don't know if it did, but whatever, I'll upload it later. Okay. So let's talk about, I guess, let's do the missing pregnant woman first. So there's a missing woman in Gary, Indiana. She's been missing since October 10th. She's right there, the third person there, the pregnant one. Pretty girl, blonde hair. She went to her boyfriend's house. She has 3 other children. She's 25 years old. She was 9 months pregnant there. She would have had her baby by now. Family doesn't know where she is. They made a desperate plea for her. So let's take a look and shine a little bit of light on this case because it's not getting much attention. There's also a younger girl missing who is believed to be pregnant. It's not related to it, but it's in the same, it's a couple months earlier. So, but the parents are pleading for their daughter, and her name is Emma Baum, Baum. I'm going to put up the missing information right here. So Emma Baum, Gary, Indiana, last seen October 10th, 2024, age 25, height 5'3", weight 136. Emma Baum was last seen on October 10th, 2024 in Gary, Indiana. She is pregnant and lives in Portage, Indiana, but was visiting her boyfriend in Gary where she was last seen. When she disappeared, she was dilated and could have delivered her baby since. Police state that her boyfriend is in police custody. He's being held on an unrelated case. Emma is known to wear different hair pieces and wigs, but she is naturally a brunette. And there's the Gary Police Department, 219-881-1300. According to a flyer circulating online, she has several tattoos and several scars on her arms. She's due to have her baby, said her sister Haley Baum. And please, anyone with information, call them. Mom loves you, Emma. Where are you, my baby? Need to find you. Won't stop until you're found. I'm never going to stop looking for her. Sister said she's been searching nonstop for the missing woman who also has 3 other children. I have stopped people walking. I have talked to anybody I could. We're looking in abandoned houses. The missing woman's sister said, okay, we're always going to look for her. I'm never going to stop looking for her, said her mother, Jamie Baum. My sister is beautiful. She's energetic. She reaches for the sky just like a sunflower, which is her favorite, said her other sister, Abby Smith. The missing woman's boyfriend and the father of her unborn child was picked up on an unrelated failure to appear in court warrant. Now, they don't tell us when she was, right? So, Police Commander Jack Hamady said the boyfriend has not been charged in connection to the missing woman's disappearance. Anyone with information on Emma Baum's whereabouts is asked to contact the police, 219-881-1209, or call the crime tip hotline, 866-CRIME-GP. G is in Gary, P is in Paul. Okay, let's see here. There's not a lot of information on her. I wonder when the boyfriend was picked up. Let's see here. There's any other moment. Okay, she was last seen in Gary, Indiana on 25th Avenue and Connecticut Street. We love you, Emma, and if you can hear us, there is nothing that you have done to make any of us stop loving you, said Emma's sister, Abigail Smith. We trust that somebody knows something and we want her home. Okay, let me see something here. Just looking at some of these comments to see if all right. Well, prayers, hope she's found. It's terrible. And there's that other woman that disappeared. She was supposed to get on a connecting flight. That other, she's, I think, from LAX. She's still missing. Where's that? Okay. All right, so let's now talk about Leilani Simon. Leilani Simon was sentenced today. Leilani Simon had a lot of people come speak for on her behalf. They had some victims' impact statements from the babysitter that took care of little Quentin Simon. And let's talk about what happened. And then there were pleas from the prosecutor to make sure she did not get the possibility of parole, and from the other side asking for her to have that hope. And in the end, the judge gave her that possibility of parole. So this is little Quentin. And the Chatham County Superior Court Judge Tammy Stokes sentenced Leilani Simon to life with the possibility of parole plus 10 years to serve for the murder of her 20-month-old son, Quentin Simon. That happened in October of 2022. She disposed of his body in a dumpster. It ended up in the landfill. The sentencing came a little less than 1 month after the Chatham County jury found Leilani Simon guilty of 19 felony charges, including malice murder, felony murder, and concealing the death of another. At the beginning of the sentencing hearing, Tim Dean, and we were having a discussion about Tim Dean. So if you watch this, and I have mentioned this before, Tim Dean looks like he was dropped in there from the 1960s Mad Men era. And when you look at him, you try to understand, well, why does it look like he's so out of place there? He's a very good-looking guy. And, what is it? Because I think he would look that way even if he wasn't in the suit. And even, I think he would... And we can't think of what it is that makes him look so much that he's just not even from this era. But he's very nice looking guy. Okay. The Special Assistant District Attorney and Federal Prosecutor Tim Dean called 2 witnesses, including the Chatham County Police Department Detective Marianne Lemons, and the 17-year-old former babysitter of Quentin, who previously testified that she had witnessed Leilani Simon physically abuse Quentin. Now, when he called one of the detectives, he was saying something like, did you see when someone was testifying that Leilani was mouthing, you're an effing liar, so they were talking about that. I've never seen anything like that at a sentencing hearing, but Lemons testified about the case, as she did numerous times throughout the jury trial. Lemons testified to the cost of the landfill search, which was partially funded by Chatham County taxpayers, and the emotional impact to police officers, some of whom sought counseling services after responding to the incident or searching the landfill. Lemons also testified to Simon's behavior during the trial. Okay, so they talked about how she was mouthing certain things. And they also talked about that landfill and how there is a memorial that is there for little Quentin Simon. And then Martin Hillard, Leilani's defense attorney, directly examined multiple of Leilani's relatives, including her brother Paul Simon, her mother Billie Joe Howell, and her aunt Jackie Madden. Her aunt raised her a good portion of the time because her mother was unfit. Now, asked by Hillard, all three asked Leilani Simon to be sentenced to life with parole. Her stepfather also took the stand, very broken, very emotional. Hillard also called in the testimony of one of her friends, Kimberly Hill, who said she met Leilani at 15 or 16, and she was saying she could have taken advantage of me, but she didn't. You know, she was so sweet to me, so sweet. Okay. Then after all of that, defense attorney Martin Hillard requested the judge to sentence Leilani to life with parole, saying, I don't think that there's anything about this case necessarily that means she's unredeemable or that she should never see the light of day again. Chatham County Special Assistant District Attorney and Assistant U.S. Attorney Tim Dean, meanwhile, asked the judge to sentence Leilani Simon to life without parole. And he said, I quote, okay, she behaved in a way that shows a total lack of remorse, both during the investigation, when on day one she's asking Paul, hey, do you got some weed to smoke when we get home? She behaved in a way that shows absolutely no remorse and no compunction about what she did during her pretrial investigation and during the trial itself, as we've tried to show here today. She doesn't really seem sorry about what she did. If she had been sorry about this at any point, there were a million off-ramps. After killing Quentin, she could have not just thrown his body in a dumpster. Now, they also asked the babysitter if Leilani really could not handle Quentin or didn't want to, would your mother have taken him in? And she's like, in a heartbeat, you know. So she then was sentenced to what she was there. Now, I just want to see if, let me see. Go over here for a second. Okay, so let's see. In an emotional moment, the daughter of Quentin's babysitter took the stand, and she told the judge that the 20-month-old was like family. I'm missing him every day, not waking up to see Quentin, not being able to go get Quentin no more. It's a lot. The case's lead detective also revealed explosive new details that were not included in the trial. She said that Leilani Simon implicated innocent people and that she was out drinking the night that investigators announced the landfill search for Quentin's body and had a pen pal relationship with a convicted child mo while in jail. In all of these statements of hers that you've listened to, the interviews, things witnesses have told you, she said jail communications and so forth, at any point has she ever actually accepted responsibility for what she's now been convicted of? Asked the prosecutor Dean. No, she hasn't, replied the lead detective, Marion Lemons. Prosecutors asked the judge for life plus 65 years without parole and a $117,000 fine, saying the sentence would send a message to Simon and the community about the emotional and financial toll the case has taken on those involved. They also repeatedly brought up a letter that Leilani Simon sent to WTOC from jail saying the state has no factual evidence against her. Dean said it shows the mother's lack of accountability. Detective Lemons also testified that the staff at the Chatham County landfill where Quentin's remains were found have set up a memorial for the 20-month-old's memory. And the defense just kept saying, you know, that there's only two options here. That's life in prison with or without the possibility of parole. And then several family members testified on her behalf, painting a different picture of her than was seen throughout trial. Simon's family members remembered her as loving and smart, particularly in childhood. Her aunt testified about her love for her family, particularly her brother Paul. Her stepfather recalled that she could ace a test without needing to study. But the testimony also revealed that Simon lived with her aunt for much of her childhood because her mother, Billie Jo Howell, was struggling with drug addiction. Howell testified that she neglected Simon's needs and her brother's, saying she deserved prison, but not forever. I failed her as a mom. I allowed addiction to take over my life at a young age. I still neglected your emotional needs. My decisions have made an impact on your life. Drugs took Leilani and Quentin from us. Quentin will forever be in my heart, my thoughts, and loved by me. But his life, his body, his love will never be seen or fulfilled due to the influence of drugs. As for Leilani, her life will never be the same, said Jackie Madden, Simon's aunt. Madden, who's Simon's aunt, says she raised Leilani Simon for half of her life. Let's see. Simon's family asked for her to receive a life sentence with the possibility of parole. I want her to have a chance one day to come out into the world instead of just locking her up and throwing away the key, said her stepfather, Thomas Howell. Another aspect that was decided on in court was the remains of Quentin Simon. They've been held by law enforcement for years at the request of Simon's attorneys. Simon told the court that she wanted the remains to be released for burial, even though that could cause issues with testing them should further technology become available. And her mother did say something about them all wanting to hold him, meaning his remains, one last time, I guess, before they bury him. And that could be important in the appeal process. She has 30 days to file an appeal on the verdict. She said she wanted his remains released to her brother, Paul Simon. There are three basic things that could happen from there. The appeal is denied, the court reverses the verdict, or they remand it, meaning she would get a new trial. I think it's going to be denied. Okay. Now, we're going to go... Okay. And we're going to talk about these other moms, okay? It's crazy. Okay, let me get this. I'm going to go to Michigan first. And okay, so a Michigan woman was arrested earlier this month. She's been charged with assault with intent to murder, apparently attacking her own daughter. She threw the girl headfirst down a flight of stairs, choked her, slashed her with a knife. Jennifer Vargas was arrested on November 8th after Michigan State Police responded to a call at Vargas's Traverse City home just before midnight. When they went there, they found the daughter and the suspect in the home's driveway. Troopers described the victim as a woman and said she had visible bite marks and a minor cut on her hand from a struggle with Vargas. She also said she lost consciousness several times during the assault. Vargas was also charged with first-degree child abuse, and the victim was her daughter, although the age of the girl has not been provided. Well, if it's child abuse, we have to know she's 18 or under, right? Yeah. According to the documents, after Jennifer Vargas threw her daughter down the stairs, the girl pretended to be unconscious and then ran to a bedroom when her mother turned away. As she tried to open a window to escape, that's when Jennifer Vargas broke the door down, pinned the daughter to her bed, and began choking her, telling her she was going to be sacrificed. The victim said the entire assault lasted for about an hour. The victim was treated on the scene by emergency medical personnel and then taken to the Munson Medical Center in Traverse City for further evaluation. Jennifer Vargas was booked into the Grand Traverse County Jail, $250,000 bond, and she's due in court on December 2nd. Let's see if we can find anything else about this Jennifer Vargas here. Jennifer Vargas. Well, I think I may have found her. Yeah. Yep, that's looking like her. Okay, so you see how Facebook tells lies. As I am looking through this woman's Facebook, you're seeing Traverse, lives in Traverse City, Michigan. And I'll tell you that July 25th, you see looks like herself and 3 children in a gazebo. A little bit further down, you see 4 children. Looks like they're on a hike somewhere. June 15th. See some kind of a block party and another roller skating party. May 18th, you see the kids with awards all over their necks. You see May 18th, you see a teen girl. Looks like she's going to the prom. She has really grown up, someone said. Then you see another 3 kids at the beach with a dog. You see a husband, 3 kids, herself, happy, laughing. Now that's a good day, it says, a year ago. You see the father, her, the mother. They have other little kids. Now there's many little kids here, so I don't know if that's an old one or what, but then you see them at Great Wolf Lodge. So what happened that you're going to be sacrificed is what drove this mother to go. You see her with what looks like her husband in a very loving photo. You see her with her husband and the dog at the beach. Or, I guess it's probably one of the Great Lakes. I love watching your family grow, people are saying on the photos. So what in the world happens there, right? That led her to try to kill her daughter like that. What is going on? So, yeah, that's bizarre. Okay, let's see over here. We got something. Michigan mom charged with trying to kill her daughter, throwing her head long down a flight of stairs, strangling her, slashing her with a knife, choking her. Just absolutely bizarre. What happened? It's insane. Well, I'll be following that. Now let's talk about a mother in Florida. Okay, here we go. Okay, and it happened in this house over here in Florida. Okay, so there was a 911 call that reported an armed disturbance in progress. Hold on a minute, this stupid thing is driving me crazy. All right. In progress led deputies to a chaotic scene in a Florida house, including a dead teenager in the bathtub, 14 years old, 2 people running from the woman who had a hammer. The hammer attack was stopped. Deputies wrestled the tool away from the woman. This happened in Osceola County. And their Sheriff Marcos Lopez gave a news conference on Wednesday, 20th of November. They were too late to save 14-year-old Giselle Glover, who is believed to have died while her head was